aspect of Amazon KDP that you need to understand so that your book will not be rejected is the book cover. Yes, in the previous section, we talked about the inside of the book, the trim size and all for the book. But now we are talking about the book cover. What if you are using Canva? It's good for you. But before then, the first thing you must first bear in mind is use your Amazon cover calculator. So the first is you come here, you go to your web and just type in Amazon KDP. This will help you calculate your book in the best of ways. You check it out now. In this section, this is the Amazon KDP website and we are on the cover calculator page. It gives you the exact dimension. Note, your cover is unique to your book unless another author is using the size or another publisher is using the size of that book. It is unique to your book, and that is why this cover calculator is essential. You start with selecting your binding type. Is it paperback or hardcover? Anyone you want to do first, but first we are going to work with paperback. Then you go to your interior design. Is it black, white, or premium? I usually take standard color because whatever kind of color you are taking, it goes directly in the book. The premium will make your book more expensive and it's important that you break even. But with standard color, you have what you see, what you do. You get what I mean? So we can take standard color. And then the paper type, is it white paper or another paper? This is pre-selected. There's no other option. So you take your reading direction. Is it left to right or right to left? Most of the time we have the left to right dimension because in English, except for Arabic or probably some other language that I don't know, that they have from right to left. So we are taking left to right, which is the most common. Measurement unit, yes, this is where it gets dicey. You have to be very careful. In your best interest, take inches. Inches is really easy for you to use. It is readily available. You don't have to be doing some unnecessary conversion. When you take your tape rule, you can easily check your inches. When you take your ruler, you can easily check out your inches. So you take inches. Interior trim size. Now, this is another one that is important. By default, every Word file you are using is by 8.5 by 11, which is size of A4 paper. But is that your size of the book you want? Is your book 8.25, 5.5, 8.5? We have discussed this initially. But if your book is a utility book that is not a regular textbook being used in school, I think you should take something smaller, because the goal of taking a good size book, an optimum size book, is for users to be able to take your book around and have a very good place to always keep them. You don't want to give your customers book that they will be having problem finding where to keep them. You want them to have a portable book that they can hold around all the time. And your book's attention span is small, and they don't want anything that will be unnecessarily bulky or so large. So the dimension of your book is very essential. But for the record purpose, I'm going to be taking 8.5 by 11, which is the most common. Now, that is if your book is 8.5 by 11. So this is where it gets dicey. You have to be sure of what you are picking here. If you are taking coloring book, what is the dimension? What dimension do you want? If you want to know the best size to use for your book, I encourage you to visit your nearest library or take the books you have at home. If you are a reader of novels or utility books, check out the size that is used. You want to know how you measure the size, just use your tape rule or your measuring tape or your ruler. You will know the size in inches immediately. Now, your page count. How many pages are in your book? Is it 100? Is it 150? Is it 75? Is it 50? So you pick them here. Don't forget to check the page number to understand the size of the book you will be taking. It is in the attached video. The page number to understand the type of book you'll be taking is in the attached video. Now, let us pick. By default, I'll be picking 100 pages. But is it 100 pages? Let's leave it at 100. So your page count must be between 24 and 830. I hope you see that. It has to be the minimum of 24 and maximum. But to know the actual page size that's approved for your page dimension, you can also check it here. For example, if you have 6.9 inches, let us know how many page size this will be. Let's see how many page size this will be. It's still between 24 and 830, but this is not the appropriate place to check the size. The page number based on the size of them, based on the dimension of your book. So I would encourage you to check attached video to see the dimension of the book. We covered it there. So but by default I'll be taking 100 here. Now since it's taken, we'll calculate the dimension. Look at it. When we calculate the dimension, you also calculate you download the template. The dimension will give them the kind of template they will give you. So you have to always be careful. And if there is anything here that is wrong, you can always do what? Reset book information and start all over. If there's only one place, just correct it appropriately. So let us calculate the dimension now. So this is the dimension of my book cover. So this dimension for your good. Whatever you are writing should be inside this white that you are seeing. You understand? This is for reference only. You are not using this one. So you come here and download template. I have downloaded the template now. And this is my paperback template. The next thing is to export it into Canva. Do you understand it now? But before I do, it is usually in zip format, so you have to unzip it. If you are using your phone, you need a zip extractor to unzip this file. If you happen to be using your computer, then by default there should be a feature for you to unzip your file by default. So you come here, I show you in Finder. I'm going to be showing it in Finder for you, and then we do what? We download, we unzip it. I'm using Mac, so I can just double click to unzip. Then I can always come here, I'll go back to where I am, open my Canva. If you have your Canva installed on your computer, you can just use it directly, but I will not be doing that because of people that don't even have it installed on their computer. So I'll be using my own Canva in my web page. So Canva, I already have it taken here, but I won't go there because I want to show you how you write it here. Probably there might be somebody that needs that instruction. So this is my Canvas place, and I want to use my book cover calculator. So I am going to be doing what? I'll be using my create. Remember, I know my size, so I'll be taking custom size, and I know that I'm taking 8.5 by 11 inches, which is recent. I'm not going to be using this for you here for first timer because this might not show in when you are doing your own, and it can be dicey. When you want to take your custom size, because you already know the size you are taking, start with taking the unit. If you start with taking the inches, it will convert. See what I am talking about. I know I'm taking 8.5 by 11 inches. Now, this unit is already in pixels, so if I change it to convert this number, you understand it now? It converts because it assumes that the number was pixel, so it is converting it from in inches. So you start by taking your unit first. I covered that in the first video. It is in the attached video too. So you start by changing your units, and then you change this one to 8.5 width by 11 inches height. So you create your design. I have created my design now. The next thing for me is to start with, because it is important to note one important thing. We are not going to be using this one. I forgot to do that. So you go back here, and I would encourage you to come here, back, write book cover. Because you are doing book cover, it's going to be wider than what you think. So book creator, let us do our book creator. We are going to be doing this book creator. You understand? And then you are going to be going to your upload. You go to upload. You see where I am? You go to upload here. You go to upload, and then you upload your files. This is where you go for uploading the file. And then you come to downloads and download the one you just downloaded. Be careful. Don't keep chunks in your files, and keep your files clean so that you will not be looking for them. It is easy to lose your file when you rank them well. So this one is what we are going to. And then this text format is not what you take. If you want to take this text format, if you're interested in what is in it, you have to open it outside of Canva to be able to read it. The text format is telling you, will give you the instruction on how to follow this one. So for the sake of this lesson, I am not going to be following. Let's go through my Finder and open it. So this is the text file. Let us see what is in the text file so you see. So this is what the text file is telling you, how to use the template one by one. You follow this step, but you don't have plenty of time, so any of this will work for you. By default, remember, by default, if you are uploading your cover, Amazon KDP takes PDF I believe you would have known by now if you have explored Amazon KDP cover submission of your manuscript. So if you're uploading your cover, Amazon takes PDF by default. So I will encourage you to start with PDF. You understand, this is PDF file. So I believe you are lost from here. Let us now go back to Canva and pick PDF. Remember, we were in upload, then we chose PDF now. We now put that PDF on our what? On our work. You understand? Go back to upload. It is going to be in the design part of your upload tab, not in your images, because it is a PDF file. So I'm simply going to do what? I'm simply going to pick this one. Once you click on it, it appears here immediately and it fills the page. This is easy. If you're using PNG, I'm going to be using PNG this time around. I'm adding page so that you see what happens when you use PNG. This pink was generated because there is a pink in the background of the page that we have taken. So I'm changing that color back to white. It's not so I'm going back to my upload, going to upload my file as a PNG so that you see what I am talking about. Then you open it. It comes to your image part of your upload file. I'm telling you this specifically so that you'll not be looking for your file when you upload PDF. If you upload PDF, it goes to design. If you upload the PNG of your book cover creator template, it goes to images. Then once you click on it, it opens, but it will not fill the page like the PNG, like the PDF fill the page. The PDF fill the page because it assumes that you have already designed it, so it is actually taking space. It is replacing what is on that page. You understand? But this is coming as image. It feels like you want to customize it. It believes you've already done it, so you have already customized it. Now, for the sake of this work, I'm going to be going back to this one, because I feel like this is much more essential. You understand? I will be working with this one for you because I believe this is easier for you to follow. But if you want us to do that, this one too, we will do it, but you see the difference. I will be working on this one for now. Now, this is the front of your paperback cover book, and this is the back. Note something. Whatever you are writing goes inside white space, this large white space. Whatever you are putting in goes in there. But the question is this: we still want to make sure that the cover template left to right. So you see, it goes inside here. So if you are taking a particular color, whatever color you are taking goes inside here. Alternatively, for instance, you are changing this color to probably maybe the color of your book is probably blue. So it's changed the entire place to blue. That means that whatever you are doing, whatever editing you are doing for your book, it only stays here. This is what will come out. All this blue does not matter. So just face what you are feeling. I'm undoing this by clicking the space. If you make mistake, you can undo. So you put everything here inside this place. Now, if you put things here, what do you want to put here? Maybe your front cover, you want it to have some nice images. Maybe you have a particular color in mind. Let's use the blue again. You see that it has changed. But you make sure, let me undo it again. Read this place very well, because this is your dimension and this is what Amazon expects you to have. Is that clear? Because this is what you will be having in the hand. Whatever you are designing again stays in here. So we start by what? We start by here. We start by changing this color. We start by if for example, this is a cover template, this is for 800 pages. It is to Control Z, Command Z if you're on computer. I'm removing this because this does not interest me. These are the live area, red area. So this is it, no meet requirement, it may be rejected. See, your background must fill the red area. Do not place logo, text, or essential images in the red area. Do you understand? Only your background can fill that red area. All other content, just like I've told you, fills the white area. You see, position logos, text, essential images in the white area, because if you put your content on the red area and Amazon sees it as a background, it is cut away. If Amazon sees it as a content, it might be rejected. So please note this. Whatever is visible in your digital artwork will also be visible in your printed artwork. That is it. So you are removing every of these, because if it should be visible here, will be visible in your book. You understand? So you remove every of this first. Oh no, Command Z, because I don't want my whites to remove. So I'm only removing this, all the trims. Remember, be careful. Once you are okay, for me to be able to pick several ones, I'm pressing down my shift, then I'm clicking on those ones that I'm able to remove. Be careful not to take the guide, because if you take the guide, you'll not be able to know where your boundary. So now this is clear. Now this book cover, we are removing it. This is the front and this is the back. Don't forget that. Read everything on your page carefully. And this is your barcode. This is where your barcode stays. Nothing important must stay here, so that it will not, barcode will not cover it. Only your background can stay there, and that is it. Now we are here. So the next thing is, assuming that I want to use my design. For example, maybe I want to use this, and then I put this one here. For example, maybe this is meant to be my final background for everything. You see that, right? It only says within the white space, because that's what I've chosen. If you want to choose the background to stay here, you can also choose it. You can change it to replace background. You see what I mean? But how will you be able to know your boundaries? So I'm going to undo this to be able to see that you already have what it takes to know your boundary. I'm going to be removing everything. So if this is your background and you want to make sure that this is what goes into your page, you don't start with the background. Start so that it will not, if it's convenient for you to start with the background, it's good. But if you are not convenient, start with your text. If you are using heading, subheading, depending on what you find convenient, start with your text and write your text first and be like, so that when everything is complete, all you need to do is now add that background and move it to the back. You see everything now. My lesson. So maybe this is what I want my book to be. Then I want my name. I want the subheading, and I want my name to be in subheading because I don't want to bother myself with bolding. So depending on the size, don't forget to check. I must continue to stay within this line, because if I should stay outside, my book might be cut. I still don't trust that maybe it will not be cut, so I'll move it a little bit higher, and this is what it is. Now, I told you that my book cover, I want it to be this element. So I'm making this my background because I am done. I want to add logo or text to that, so I'm dropping this a little bit now. Then I'm putting this on. Maybe you have some lorem ipsum you want to add at the back of your book, whatever you want to add at the back of your book. So I am putting that one here. I'm making sure that I'm doing the right thing. Putting this one. Be careful. You see now, be careful. Don't put your book anything outside of this work area, because you might lose your work. So whatever you're adding, add it here. Make it here, and I'm reducing the size of my text box, putting it in the middle, and then I'll put my lorem ipsum number. Don't forget to check your text sizes, and that's it. Maybe this is what I want to write here, so I'm trying to align it with, this is just a reference guide, so use your color according to what you intended to be. I want this to have an effect, just for it to be more legible. Then I want this to be, I don't want it to, because I know that if it's my, this thing will not be legible, so I will be putting this, I will be reducing the transparency and then making it as my background. Don't forget, it depends on what you want to make as your background. Replace background, and that is it. Now, because it has replaced background, this is all that you have left. Now you want this to also cover your front page. Then you take that again, you take that again, you take that that element again. Don't forget, you can always also upload your work. I want to know the transparency because I want it to align. Then I do this, I change the transparency to 50, just like the first one, and then I expand it because I am done with my other work. That is if you want your book to have all these covers. But remember, everything that will show here, so you must remove all these. You see what I am saying? this side panel, you must remove them. You must remove the side panel. So if you want this to cover your book, oh sorry, if you don't want to remove the side panel, probably you want it to be your name, just like every other books that have that. You can change this, edit it to maybe Rabia Atmada. You understand what I mean? And it's done. So this is it right here, and I'm trying to move it to where I want it to be. Now it still has this color, so I'm going to change everything to white because I don't want anything there. So because if it shows on your book, if that color shows in your design, it will show in your printed copy. Yes, it happened to me. So this deletes. Do you see what it deletes? It deletes your work. So what did it delete? Let's see what it deletes. So it actually deletes the boundary. So you can now put this one back. Remember, this is your yellow paper, and I want to send this backward because I want every other thing to show. So I'm sending this layer, like the one that I want in my background of my book, backward, not send to back. If you send it to back, it will go to the back of that white paper. So I'm sending it backward. Oh sorry, I think I made a mistake here. Let's see what happens if I send it to back. No, this is not what I want. Let it align well, and then I can open my layer. I want to show layer to see what I can do. So I'm going to show, since I'm going to be deleting it, I can send it backward too. I can send it backward since I want it. I'll be deleting this old one. I'm deleting it right now, and this is what you get in the end. Is this how you want your work to be? If this is not how you want your work to be, then consider resizing this one. If you don't want, if it is, then you simply just Control Z, Control, then with Control Y. This is our final result. This is your name here at the edge. That is after you cover the book. If it's 100 page, if it's a book that it has name at the edge, at the blade, at that blade, then you can use. If this is not necessary, just delete it. You get it, and this is what you get. Remember, this is just a work, just to show you how you are going to be placing your work. So I'm going to be making this white. So no, I'm not making anything white. And so when you are done, you come to share. Before you go to come to share, page download, take your current page, which is the first one we have worked on, current page, and then change from PNG to PDF print. Then for digital use, if you are using the free version, you can only take for digital use. If you are using the paid version, then you can take the CMYK for professional printing. So then you flatten the PDF. Why? It converts content into a single image per page, but it may increase file size, but you are going to, like, your images will not be around. So sometimes I don't remember, but most times these days I remember because I now realize that your image can actually be moving around well aligned as you want it to be, something like that. After that, you copy that. After you are done, you go to download. You change to PDF standard or PDF print. Then you save. You might decide to save download setting out, then you download. And if you find this work helpful, remember to like, subscribe, and follow for more.